Chapter. Today I'm going to take you through my cookbooks, the recipes that I've picked out to make for the coming day, and we'll make a grocery list together. So there'll be lots of wonderful page turning and paper sounds for you today. I've laid out my weighted blanket, which is so soft, and it's full of these glass beads, so when I take a nap underneath of it, it's like someone giving you a hug. It's such a wonderful blanket. So when I lay the books down, there'll be a nice soft sound. So the first book that we will be looking at is Betty Crocker Cookbook, Everything You Need to Know to Cook Today. And this is such a wonderful cookbook because it has special directions for beginner cooks. So if you're just starting out, this is a really great basic cookbook that covers all the bases. It even has a cooking basic ingredients guide where it goes through all different types of things like basic measurements and how to cut things, helpful how-tos. So it provides a lot of explanation. It has cooking terms and glossary. So if you hear something like blanch or deglaze, you can look that up to see what it means. And also today I have my clipboard, which I'll be using to write down my grocery list as we go through the recipes I picked out. So the other thing that's nice about this book is everything is separated into categories. So there's cakes and pies, breads, appetizers, cookies and candies. And today, what I picked out in this book to make is banana chocolate chip biscotti. And I have made this before, and it is wonderful. It's really simple to make, and the biscotti is wonderful to have with your coffee or your tea in the morning. It has a nice crunch, and you can dip it in a hot beverage too to make it a little bit softer. And the banana and the chocolate go so good together. It's not too difficult to make either, so it's a pretty easy recipe. So let's take a peek here. I need sugar, butter, mashed bananas, vanilla, eggs, flour, baking powder, salt, and semi-sweet chocolate chips. And I have everything in my kitchen except the miniature semi-sweet chocolate chips. So I'll go ahead and add those to my list. thing about biscotti is that it keeps pretty well too. So I would say at least for a week or two, it's good to keep, and you can even freeze it. They have some yields and equivalents on the front cover of the book as well. And it's actually more of a binder instead of a book. So this is really helpful if you ever need to use a substitution for something you might not have. So if you're just starting out cooking, I would say that this book is a must-have. So I've actually used this book so much that I lost the cover. And this is the Bikini Body 28-Day Healthy Eating and Lifestyle Guide. And even though this might not be everybody's go-to book, it's got some really good information as well as recipes about health and well-being and fitness. And so there's kind of an exercise program as well as I guess I could consider it a diet, but I think it's more just things that are good to eat. And she also has some explanation on different food products and items, which is really nice. What different things are. And some more information. She has kind of a really specific way of planning out your meals, which I think can be helpful if you aren't used to kind of planning your meals or not knowing what to make. It's a bit too stringent for me. I like a little bit more looseness, I guess. She has she prescribes even the snacks that you have, so let's see here. And the thing that I like about what she does is she shows everything that you would be having for that day. And the way she does it is you have a breakfast, like a mid-morning snack, a lunch, an afternoon snack, and then a dinner meal. So she's actually planning 5 things throughout the day. I usually like to make a large quantity of something and then eat that for a while and not cook constantly. I like to cook, but not all the time. So the one thing that I really like about her books are her ideas for snacks. She has really great healthy snack ideas. And this one is a rice cake with hummus, tomato, and spinach. And it's just a simple snack to have. And so I want to have these things on hand. So let's take a peek at the recipe. So we need hummus, rice cakes, spinach, tomatoes. So pretty simple. I have the hummus, so I'll need rice cakes, spinach, small tomatoes, and that's it. And that is the only recipe from this book. Although this book has a lot of really great recipes, and the pictures for the book are just incredible. It's a very inspiring book. It makes kind of eating healthy really easy. Even just these banana with a little bit of peanut butter on them, I think is a good idea. Just really simple snacks that are really good, really healthy. My next book is the Awesome Vegan Cookbook. I am not a vegan or a vegetarian, but I do eat a lot of those kinds of foods, and this book has the most beautiful, vibrant bowls, and so I think it's a really inspiring book. I love it when a cookbook has really great pictures. It's almost like your eyes get to have a meal as well. I also think in this book it's really inspiring how they display the food. It's so artistic. It's like, wow. I always like kind of playing with how I present my meals as well, especially when you have a guest or a family. It can be nice to make something really beautiful. So in this book, I'm going to make fully loaded yams, and these are really satisfying and really filling and just delicious. Plus they're pretty simple. So all that I will need are yams, water, tahini, apple cider vinegar, maple syrup, garlic, ginger, black beans, green onions, and purple cabbage. So I'll write some of these things down. Some things I already have in my kitchen, but some I don't. I need yams. I definitely don't need water. Apple cider, garlic. I think we need garlic. Ginger. Black beans. Green onion. And purple cabbage. So, that's that one. The next one we have is the Moosewood Restaurant Favorites, the 250 most requested naturally delicious recipes from one of America's best loved restaurants, the Moosewood Collective. This book has some amazing recipes. It's so inspiring. The only thing I don't like about this book, and it looks like I have some printed out recipes here, but here's a picture of the restaurant. And as I was saying, the only thing I don't like is that there's very few pictures. It's mostly just recipes, and I love pictures. For this one, I just used one of my watercolors for the bookmark. So for this recipe, I'm going to make Thai butternut squash soup. Oh my gosh, doesn't that sound amazing? So I will need oil, onions, garlic, salt, ginger, Thai curry paste, butternut squash, lime, unsweetened coconut milk, baby spinach, and fresh cilantro. Let's see here, so I need 2 onions. I'm going to times 2 on the garlic and times 2 on the ginger, since I had that for another recipe. I have the curry paste. I will need the butternut squash. I need a lime. I already got spinach for my rice cakes, so I won't need that. And I will need cilantro. Okay. This book does have some pictures, but just not that many. But it does have a lot of really great recipes. Mushroom stuffed tofu vegetables with pecans. Those look so good. This book also has some helpful explanations about how to toast spices, ways to cook sweet potatoes, what tempeh is. So it's a good resource as well. So this is Vegetarian Cooking, a Common Sense Guide. And look at this salad with asparagus and orange and feta and poppy seed. Looks so good. Okay, let's see here. Has lots of different categories, including salads, breads, desserts, pancakes. Split pea and vegetable soup. Asian noodle soup. I think I'm in a soup mood because it's so cold lately. Vegetable dumpling soup. That looks really good. Stuffed artichokes. Those look really good too. Individual Italian summer tarts. It looks like there's artichoke and olives and some thyme on like a phyllo bread. Looks so good. So the recipe I'm gonna make from this book is giant shells with ricotta and rocket. Kind of a traditional Italian dish. And I just love the way that pasta and cheese and red sauce tastes. It's one of my favorite things, and this is a really good recipe. So I'll need 40 giant shells, bottled pasta sauce. I actually make my own pasta sauce, so I will use that, oregano and basil. And then for the filling, you need ricotta cheese, Parmesan cheese, rocket or arugula, 1 egg, artichokes, sun-dried tomatoes, sun-dried capsicum or bell pepper, finely chopped. For the cheese sauce, flour, milk, Gruyere cheese, and fresh basil. So let's see here. I will need my shells and have all the herbs. I'll need ricotta cheese, arugula, sun-dried tomatoes, sun-dried capsicum. I actually don't know where to get sun-dried capsicum, but what I do is I make like a roast it. I roast it in the oven and then peel the skin off of the pepper, and it has this wonderful sweetness, which is pretty similar to like what a sun-dried would taste like. So I'll get bell pepper, and I'll do my own like fire roasted bell pepper. And then I need Parmesan and Gruyere, and I have everything else. Okay. This is going to be a really good one. I like the nuance of the flavor with the artichoke and sun-dried tomatoes and bell pepper, and it really makes a dish that seems so simple, an Italian dish. You know, pasta red sauce, it has like a, it's just really good. So, I do have a pretty big sweet tooth. I just like sweet things, I can't help it. And this dish has some really wonderful desserts that aren't overly sweet. It also has just some really wonderful recipes. It's vegan riches, Indian kitchen, traditional and creative recipes for the home cook. And it's obviously all Indian inspired dishes, which I just love things with lots of flavor and spices, and it's so good. So there's all kinds of recipes in here. Sometimes it's a little difficult to find all the spices, but it's also kind of fun when you get to try something new. Dals, lentils, and beans. coffee and bean soup. This one looks really good. Vegetables in smoky tomato sauce. I almost want to make that one too. Broccoli, onion, fritters in spiced yogurt. Wow, that looks so good. Oh my god. Cabbage kofta in creamy tomato sauce. I want every recipe that I open up in this book. And we're getting into the desserts. And the thing I really love about the desserts in this book is that they have things that you might not normally think of as being in desserts. So like pistachios, almond ice cream, pistachio ice cream. That sounds really good. Donuts soaked in sugar syrup. I think they use a lot of like chickpea flour and stuff. Fudgy coconut balls. And what I'm going to be making are fudgy cardamon squares. And these are like kind of like a shortbread cookie, but a little bit softer and maybe more like a brownie with a shortbread cookie. And the cardamom has this wonderful warmth. It's also like a delicate spice, and it's to me it's reminiscent of like a really good black tea. So it has a lot of flavors wrapped up in it that are really good. So I need almond milk, butter, vegan butter or safflower oil, ground sugar, salt, cardamom, raw blanched almonds or fine almond meal. And I make a lot of desserts with almond flour, so I have that. Oat flour, coconut flour, and 4 cardamom pods. So I actually already have everything in this recipe. I don't need to add anything to my list. I can make it today. So this book is called Plenty More, Vibrant Vegetable Cooking from London's Ottolenghi. And Ottolenghi is the last name of this man, and I am sure I have pronounced it incorrectly, so I apologize for that. And this book has just the most amazing pictures, and it also combines things that you might not normally think about combining. Like this is a pomelo salad, and I'll be honest with you, sometimes I can't find all of the ingredients for some of these recipes, but I still find it really inspiring. And oh my gosh, Thai red lentil soup with aromatic chili oil. That looks so good. Iranian vegetable stew with dried lime. That sounds so good. Let's see here. And the recipe that I picked out to make from this book is coated olives with spicy yogurt. So these are actually fried olives, and then they have a yogurt sauce, and then a parsley kind of cilantro, lemon, almost like a chutney kind of sauce. So it's like a really good appetizer kind of treat. So you need green chili, cardamom, cloves, sugar, cilantro, parsley, one preserved lemon, and I do have to order the preserved lemon specially, but I just order like multiple jars, and then I use it for different things and for this recipe too, because I've never found it in a regular grocery store. Olive oil, panko breadcrumbs, flour, eggs, pitted green olives, sunflower oil for frying, and Greek yogurt. I don't normally like to fry food, but it's okay once in a while, and this is a nice treat to have. So I actually just need to, let's see here, I'm going to need to double my cilantro. I need parsley, and I need yogurt, and then I have everything else. So, okay. So those are all the recipes that I'm going to be making in the coming days, week, 2 weeks. So, I have my grocery list ready. I'm sorry, you probably can't read my chicken scratch, but that's okay. No one will ever copy my recipes or my grocery list. Hold it like this, and then when I go to the store, I'll be able to pick up everything I need. And I like to tab the recipes that I'm going to be making so they're easy to find when I'm ready to make them. So I will go to the store and get all these wonderful ingredients and be ready to make all the recipes that we went through today. So, as always, I really appreciate you spending time with me today. I hope this video was relaxing for you, and I'll see you in the future. Bye-bye.